Hey y'all, how's it going? I am Joy, that is Steve, and we are back with our NFL Prediction versus for Week 12. How you doing?
Enjoy.
I'm
Doing
doing. Wow, we're we're something. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm glad you're well. It's been a long day. We're recording this at night, but this should go well. Last week was interesting, so if you want to go ahead and run that down, we'll go over the usual.
Okay, there. Far as the standings for Week 11 goes, you and John finished with an identical record of 10-5, and as for me, all the split games for me
Mm-hmm.
were disasters there, and it dropped me to 6-9 for the week.
Yeah, those split games were rough, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that brings our current standings and records to 111, 53, and 1 for myself, 105, 59, and 1 for John, and then 95, 69, and 1 for Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all still fairly, like, it's a 6 and a 10 game split.
Yeah.
So it's doable still.
Yeah.
And it's just in general, it's really fun.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right, so given the splits, what would be your regret of the week?
Obviously, I had to take one of the splits as my regret there, and uh, from the four, I would have to say they trusting the Raiders there to beat the Bengals there, which was a huge disaster.
Yeah, they won 32-13.
Yeah.
So that was quite the loss. For me, I think mine would probably have to be Washington.
Yeah.
I went and trusted Cam Newton and McCaffrey and all that, his whole resurgence, but I had a feeling that Washington would be able to combat the loss of Chase Young, but I just didn't have the confidence to go with it, and that kind of made me sad. Everything else I would have picked the same way.
Yeah.
As I did, so that would be the only thing that I would have changed if I had the chance to.
Obviously, Cam, Cam as Superman just ran into some kryptonite.
Yeah, in the form of a Chase Youngless defense of all things.
Yeah.
So what was game of the week for you?
I'll have to think about that. Obviously, the Chargers there squeaking one by the Steelers there.
Yeah, that looked like a good game. I'm with you on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was Sunday Night Football. I didn't get a chance to watch that one.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I would probably say the Chiefs game.
Yeah.
Or the Packers falling to Minnesota. Anytime the Packers lose is always a good thing for me. So the Ravens game just made me stressed. So I would not have that be my game of the week at all because it was way too close for comfort.
True. There.
That was stressful.
Yeah.
But anyway.
The Packers game there, Aaron Rodgers there suffered a foot injury there that hampered him there most of the game.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, week 12, if you're ready, you can go ahead and dive on in.
Right. We'll start by announcing there are only two teams this week on the bye week there, so they can have their Thanksgiving there with lots of rest there, and they are Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Exactly. So best of luck to them over the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of Thanksgiving, we have two as far as I know, traditional Thanksgiving games, and then one in New Orleans. I'm not sure if that's also a tradition or not.
No.
I might be being dumb, but I don't think it is.
The usual Thursday night game. There.
Okay, cool, good. I was not dumb.
Yeah.
That's a switch. All right. So first up for our Thanksgiving Day feasts of games, we have the Bears going to Detroit.
Yeah, obviously Detroit there is a team in decline this season there.
They're in a rebuild, not really a decline.
Yeah.
They're going places. It's just going to take them time to get the pieces together to go there with.
True. And obviously the Bears, they're losing Jordan Love there, but Andy Dalton came in relief there and almost beat the Ravens there.
That fan base is so fickle.
Mm-hmm.
Early on in the season, and I feel bad for the players of the Bears, which is saying something, but early on in the season, they wanted Dalton benched for Love because he wasn't performing well. Yeah. Now he comes back and takes over for Love. Or not Love, Fields. Not Love. He takes over for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they're chanting his name in the stadium and just all about the guy because now that he's actually performing well, they can support him.
Yeah.
They're a fickle bunch of Bears, and it's just sad to see.
Yeah.
Being from Michigan, I know how that is with the fan base not really supporting the team all the way through, and it's just sad.
Yeah, true. But this week, my apologies to you. I think this on this Thanksgiving Day game, I'm gonna take the Bears to beat the Lions there.
Yeah, that makes sense. I fully anticipated that. This is the one time that I can feel a little bit more confident and happy and going with Detroit to get their first win.
Okay.
It's on the holiday. They don't have the greatest of records on the holidays, but this was the straw that broke the Patricia reign the last time that they faced Chicago on Thanksgiving. So the funny thing is, like, we can completely flip the script around and beat Chicago to send Matt Nagy packing and give the Bears a little bit of a holiday gift by relieving them of that coach. So it's just returning the favor, in my opinion.
Okay. So it's a split, basically.
It is a split. I'm taking the risk on it, but I think it's a safe risk to take.
Yeah.
Especially because DeAndre Swift is a freaking beast and a half. So one can hope. All right, next up we have the Cowboys hosting the Raiders.
Yeah, another traditional Thanksgiving Day game there.
In Dallas, yep.
Yep. Yeah. And obviously they didn't do too well against the Chiefs there. Why I picked them, I don't know there.
They certainly didn't. I think that both of those teams were honestly kind of overrated coming into it. But Kansas City has faced better competition. And that was the only reason that I chose them over Dallas, especially being at home, too.
Yeah. But a lot of their players have been injured there after Sunday there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to, I don't know the situation with Amari Cooper there. He's, I think he's still on the Pepsi protocol list there. Or,
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, that's what I heard there.
I mean, that would make sense, because unlike some players, you can't come back in a week from that.
True there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up missing this game as a result of it there.
That's possible.
And and the Raiders there, obviously they let me down by losing to the Bengals there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with the Dallas winning at home, having a great Thanksgiving Day game.
Yeah, I agree, but only because they're facing the Raiders, to be honest. The Raiders are kind of in a bit of a turmoil.
Yeah.
Both off and on the field. So I think this is a good rebound game for Dallas, and one I'm honestly sad that they're getting. But I think it'll be good for them.
Yeah.
All right, next up is one of the games that I was torn on, and I was talking to Troll about it, and he kind of helped confirm my own thinking. because of his thinking. So we have the Bills at the Saints.
Yeah. Obviously, the Bills started strong this season, but that now they're in the downward climb there. I don't know what's happening to them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a weird few weeks.
Yeah. And right now they're trailing the Patriots for the AFC East division.
Which is kind of crazy that New England came back to kind of take that crown again, because I swore it was just Buffalo's division to lose at this point, and what do you know? They're kind of trying to lose it.
Yeah. And obviously the Saints there coming off a loss to the Eagles there.
Yep, which I should have called given it was in Philly, but I really like the Saints, and so I'm just kind of trusting their defense and the run game. But of course, Kamara's questionable, so we're not sure how that's going to go.
And obviously, you heard about Taysom Hill signing a new 4-year extension.
I did not, but that's really good. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot, so that makes me happy.
Yeah. So I expect this wouldn't be a minor upset for me there. I think the Saints can beat the Bills there.
We split again. That was the one I was thinking about. I wanted to go with the Saints. I wanted to take the risk, but I decided I was going to play it safe. Yeah. And I took Buffalo because on paper, they're the better team.
Yeah.
Even though my heart's kind of in New Orleans, but I'm trusting Josh Allen and that offense.
Yeah. Hopefully they can turn around there, but it might be tough there because I know in the next couple of weeks there they'll have to play the Patriots there to try to stay in the division.
Yeah, that is going to be a fun game that I'm greatly looking forward to. So we shall see soon how that goes. All right, next up we have the aforementioned Bengals from last week's matchup over the Raiders, hosting their division rival of the Steelers.
True. They're Big Ben there on Sunday there. He made close there against the Chargers there, as we discussed there.
Close-ish, yeah. Is that 41-37 or 41-31?
Yeah. First the Chargers came out to a huge lead, and then Pittsburgh came back there and almost stole it from them. But luckily the Chargers came back with a late run there and won the game.
That's a 7. My book had that being a 1. I'm gonna change that real quick. Okay. All right, we're good. I just didn't know what score that actually was.
Yeah. But the Bengals there, obviously there with Joe Burrow and Chase there, are the 1-2 combination there that could probably stop the Steelers there, and I think the Bengals will win this week.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Plus, I really like Mixon as a runner, and I think that if TJ Watt is still going to be a little bit gimpy, then I think that they got this game handled pretty well.
Exactly.
All right, real quick. Sorry, I had to answer a text.
All good.
All right. Next up, we have. This is a good game. We have the Bucks at the Colts.
Yeah. Brady obviously was dominant Monday night against the Giants there.
But it was the Giants, which is a far cry from the Colts. So we can't really gauge his performance too much.
True. And obviously the Colts, they're coming off a huge upset of the Bills there. So that was a bit of a surprise for me.
A little bit. Not so much that they won, but the magnitude with which they won was insane. They dominated like on all facets of the game.
Yeah, obviously with Jonathan Taylor, they're rushing for 5 touchdowns there.
Yeah,
That has to be amazing there.
yeah, that's really close to Kamara performance.
Yeah,
It's really
exactly.
good. Although, I'm kind of irritated that he's getting buzz for MVP
Yeah.
when last year Derrick Henry rushed for 2,000 and wasn't getting a buzz for MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little funny to me. Just a little
True.
funny.
Yeah. But I think don't be surprised if Jonathan Taylor comes in comes for another great game there. Even though he has to duck Jason Pierre-Paul and Dominican Sue there, so
Yeah.
it might be a little tough there. He won't rush for 5 touchdowns there. Maybe 2 or 3 there.
just a simple 2 or 3, you know. It's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
But
But I expect this one to be a close one, and I expect the Colts to pull off a little bit of an upset, beat Brady and the Bucks.
all right, we split again. This is gonna be another Splitsville episode, apparently.
Yeah.
Um, to be fair, I put down the Bucks prior to their performance against the Giants, so that was just kind of me going based on their offensive power. But I do think that they're the better team on paper, and that's just kind of what I'm going on this week. Is just who's better on paper, regardless of the matchup itself, which is probably not a smart strategy. But we shall see. I really hope that Brady can pull that off.
Yeah.
All
It's going to
right.
be a tough protect.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very close game, too. And it's going to make me stressed,
Mhm.
which I dislike, but we'll see how it goes. Next up is another one that I was basically coin flipping. We have the Panthers at the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I'm so. This week is atrocious, and I hate it with every
True.
fiber of my being.
True. Carolina there. I don't know what's wrong with them there. I figured Cam Newton would be helpful for them there, but apparently it's not working.
You know what? Well, I mean, it worked the first week that he was there when they stunned Arizona, right? But
Right.
I think the thing with me, and I said this last week, and I should have trusted myself, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera knows Cam.
Yeah.
He knows the playbook that Cam would run. So he was able to coach around him and coach for him to stop him. And that's exactly what they did last week. And I knew better than to trust the player over coaching.
Yeah.
But I did it anyway because I bought into the hype.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't.
But this week they're taking on Tua there. That's going to be a different kind of quarterback to handle.
Yeah. Defensively, I'm not really sure how Miami is, but they were very impressive against the Ravens a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I think that they would have a decent shot at it.
Mm-hmm.
But
could be a close game.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to go with the Dolphins to beat the Panthers.
I'm falling for every NFC South trap this week, apparently, because I took Carolina. It was again a coin flip, and I'm trying to not just go on the default home team this week, but I'm trusting the run game over Miami's defense, and I don't know if that's a good call, but that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's funny, last week I was playing for splits, and we didn't really have a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
This week I'm not, and I'm trying to play it safe, and all of a sudden there's splits everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, this is another one, a good AFC battle. We have Tennessee at New England.
Yeah.
I hate this week so
Yeah.
much.
Can you explain to me what happened to the Titans last week? They lost to the freaking Texans.
I do not know. I didn't watch the game. Apparently, Tyrod Taylor is back,
Yeah.
so I maybe that gave Houston the boost. But
Mm-hmm.
the the defense for Tennessee didn't show up at
Mm-hmm.
all, and I'm
Yeah.
concerned.
So obviously, with Tennessee, they're going to play a tougher team this week. There with Mac Jones and Belichick style plays there.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. If you can't stop Houston, I don't know how you're going to stop Belichick.
Yeah.
So I'm.
But,
That's kind of like the only reason that I picked what I did, and the fact that they still don't have a run game.
yeah.
Much of one
Yeah.
anyway. No disrespect
Yeah.
to AP.
Yeah. I don't think Adrian Peterson's the right fill-in for Derrick Henry there.
I think he's a decent stopgap,
Mm-hmm.
but they're expecting Derrick Henry to be back in time for the playoffs if they make it.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm kind of unsure if they're going to.
Mm-hmm.
They'll 100% be like a wild card at the very least, but I don't know. It's not looking good for them, in my opinion.
Especially this week there, because I think New England's going to probably trounce them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we're in agreement on that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was tempted to go with Tennessee because every time I don't,
Mm-hmm.
they end up actually winning.
Yeah.
But I'm taking New England. They're at home, which should be helpful. I'm hoping the elements come into play. It's going to be, I believe, a later game, hopefully.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see if the weather plays a role. I'm hoping it does. All right, and now we move on to the NFC Least Bowl. We have the Eagles at the Giants.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, Eagles got lucky against the Saints there.
Again, I don't really know if it's luck because they won 40-29. It was just
Yeah.
a sheer beatdown.
Yeah. Obviously, they've been on a roll lately there, and I guess Jalen Hurts finally found this game there.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny that without Zach Ertz, they would.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured that'd be a hindrance, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Giants obviously suck, so I bet we'll be in agreement with this, and I bet you we'll both take the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going Eagles as well. I feel bad for the Giants, but I think the Eagles are a much better team on paper and otherwise. So I have to go with Philly on this one. All right, this game next scares me, but we have Atlanta, freaking Atlanta, I swear, going to Jacksonville.
Yeah. Yeah. With us, with the Falcons up with us this season, is that if we pick them there, they lose, and if we pick against them, they win there.
Yep, every time.
Yeah. Apologies to Falcon fans out there.
You know what? Sure.
Yeah.
I will apologize as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, Jacksonville there doesn't have much of a team this year. Sorry to
I
say
mean,
that.
they've been able to beat both the Bills and they beat the Ravens? No, they beat Miami.
Yeah. Was that the England game there?
Yeah, but they beat Miami and they've beaten the Bills. So they're
Yeah.
not apparently horrible.
Well, so I think this week I'm going to trust Matty Ice there and the Falcons to beat the Jags.
I am too, and that's why I'm scared. Because I'm falling for the trap of them again.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. I'm choosing to trust him,
Yeah.
but that usually steers me wrong.
Yeah.
So we shall see. All right, this one another toss up. I don't know anymore. We have the Jets, who are very surprising, going to Houston, who again was very surprising last week.
Yeah, two surprising teams there. Obviously, one week the Jets can be unbeatable team, and then the next week they become a huge dumpster fire. Sorry to say that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, and obviously, the Texans there, Tyrone Taylor there, how they beat the Titans there is beyond me.
I don't know. I mean, welcome back. That's a good welcome back.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go Texans at home to beat the Jets there.
I agreed, but only because I can't go with the Jets. I can't make myself do it.
Yeah. So
I do think that they're able to win, but I can't go with them.
Yeah. So we're in agreement.
We are.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we have an AFC West battle with the Chargers going to Denver.
Yeah. Uh, Obviously, the Chargers made a close against a close win against the Steelers, as we discussed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the Broncos there, I don't know, they're in a little bit of a decline there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But yeah. But I think this week they're the Broncos might can pull up an upset as long as Teddy Bridgewater plays his game there. Hopefully, uh the for the Chargers there, I hope it's not too cold for them.
Yeah.
How they do in freezing weather.
Yeah, I think that is going to be an issue dealing with the weather, but I really like the Chargers, and even though my gut was telling me to go with
Broncos.
yeah, my gut was telling me to go with the Broncos, but I went with the Chargers because I like them better.
Okay. So
And they've been on a bit of a roll.
yeah. So
Small roll.
obviously we're going to have a split there. I think the Broncos can pull it out by the skin of their teeth there and beat the Chargers.
Yeah, I think coming off the bye and being at home is going to help out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I really like the Chargers, so I'm going to kind of trust them a little bit in this one.
Okay, so another split.
Yep. All right, next up, you mentioned that Aaron Rodgers' foot got injured, so we'll see if that plays a role here when Green Bay hosts Matt Stafford and the Rams.
Yeah, obviously, Rams there coming off a bye. I think it was last week there. Yeah, after that poor loss there against the Niners there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's no chemistry with their new players like Von Miller and OBJ there.
I mean, not yet, but I think having the bye, they would have had time to kind of get to know each other, build up a little bit. They played with each other against the Niners, so that helped out a lot too.
Yeah, and on top of that, they're playing in Lambeau there because the weather could be a bit snowy there.
Yeah, the weather in Lambeau is always a problem.
Yeah, true. It could be a hindrance again there this time with the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Difference being, though, is that Stafford is at least used to the cold.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the greatest of records against Green Bay, but he has won in Green Bay before.
True. But I think Aaron Rodgers can tough out the foot injury there, and he, he'll pull off a little bit of an upset against the Rams.
We split again because I'm
Okay.
trusting the bye to have helped with healing and chemistry building and all of that. I still don't like OBJ, and I kind of, in a way, hope that they lose, but I'm trusting Stafford and Green Bay. I probably shouldn't, but I am.
You're trusting the Rams.
I'm trusting the Rams. I'm trusting that defense.
Okay.
Another freaking split. Ooh, man, this week. I knew this week was going to be tough, but I didn't expect it to be this tough.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Minnesota at San Francisco.
Yeah. Obviously, Vikings coming off big upset there.
Over Green Bay. Yep. Yeah, it certainly surprised me. I'm happy about it, but I was surprised.
Yeah.
And then San Francisco beat up on Jacksonville 30-10, so that was to be expected.
Yeah. And obviously, the Niners they're beaten last time. The couple they beat last week there.
Jacksonville 30-10.
Yeah. And then a couple weeks ago they beat the Rams there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So they're a decent team. It's gonna be a really close one, I think.
Yeah. So I think Niners can pull off another home win there this week there, and they can beat the Vikings there. So that's my pick.
Yep, I agree with you on this one. Again, it's a home team. It's going against an NFC North team, so yeah, I'm gonna take San Francisco on this one.
Yeah, true.
All right, this next one is rather difficult, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. We have our Sunday night football game with an AFC North battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. Obviously, we don't know the status of Baker Mayfield's shoulder injury there.
Yeah, he got himself hit fairly hard during that battle with Detroit, which definitely hurt them because they were only able to put up 13.
Yeah, and obviously the Ravens there coming off a close win there. Tyler Huntley there.
Yeah, I didn't even know who was at quarter, to be honest. They kind of looked and played the same to me, and even the numbers are the same. So, or at least they looked it. But I was surprised and pleased that Huntley played as well as he did.
Yeah, true. They're obviously with what happened to the Ravens QB, regular QB there.
Lamar Jackson, yeah, he's still listed as questionable.
Yeah, I don't know if it's dehydration there or what there.
I'm not sure. I don't know why you would be listed as questionable if you're just dehydrated. But
Yeah, obviously the non Pepsi protocol issue there.
yeah, which is good. At least he's not in protocols, which is nice and helpful because he might be able to play.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be much better for Sunday, and if not, then I guess Tyler Huntley can come back and do much better. Do a repeat performance there, what he did against the Bears there.
Possibly, although it was a lot closer than it should have been.
True.
And the Browns are a much better team than the Bears all around. Their offense itself is a lot better, and to say nothing about Myles Garrett and that defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think I don't matter what kind of quarterback they're going to use there, and I think the Ravens can beat the Browns there.
All right, we have another split. I took Cleveland because I trust their defense a lot more.
Okay.
And I trust the run game as well.
Yeah.
So we split again. My gosh.
Yeah. We're splitting lots of games this week.
We are. This is like a make or break kind of deal. Oh God! All right, Monday Night Football. We have the Seahawks going to Washington.
Yeah.
Last game.
Yeah. obviously, I don't know what's wrong with Pete Carroll or Russell Wilson lately there.
I mean, he did just come back from injury, and he wasn't playing his best in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And then last week, what happened last week? Let me look at my schedule.
They lost to Arizona.
It was Arizona. That defense of Arizona is still one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah. Obviously, the Washington football team, they're coming off back-to-back wins there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, who they beat a couple weeks ago. They beat Brady and the Bucks there, and then beat Cam and the
Panthers, yeah.
Panthers there.
Both games are games that I had Washington winning and didn't pick them for.
Yeah.
I was very sad.
Yeah. I went against them there, and they end up winning the game there. But this time I'm not going to get fooled by them there. I think the Washington football team this week can beat Seattle there.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, John, but I'm taking Washington again because similarly to you, I've believed in them pretty much all season, but for one reason or another, I didn't take them when I should have, and so now I'm going with them to win when they host the Hawks on Monday night.
So there we are.
Yeah, so were you keeping tally of all those splits?
2, 3, 4, 6, 7 games we split.
You and I split on 7 games.
A record here for us.
Yeah, I believe so. So here are John's picks up here. He and I split on the Jets and Houston game because he took the Jets.
Okay.
We also split on the Seahawks and football team because he went with Hawks. And then he and I agree on everything else. So you have a lot of splits with both of us.
True.
This could be a very, very good week for you.
Hopefully, it won't be like last week there where it was a huge disaster for me.
Yeah, that was a risky maneuver, but we shall see how it goes. 7 splits.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is going to wrap up this hotly contested week of NFL predictions versus. Be sure to check out the links down below from a link to Twitter and my Discord server to become a loved one, as well as my merch and memberships.
Yeah, obviously, like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell for all the videos here.
Yep, so every time that one gets posted, you will be notified of that, because sometimes I do have a series that likes to come out overnight, 2 a.m. my time. So be sure to hit that and be notified whenever anything drops, all the collaborations and solo content and stuff like that on the way. Also, let us know in the comments who you guys pick for this week, and who do you think is going to win Splitsville? John and I? Or is Steve going to make a huge comeback this week and even up the score a little bit?
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping. So we will catch you next week for week 13 of the NFL predictions versus.
Obviously, happy Thanksgiving to all Americans out there.
Yep, happy Thanksgiving, you guys, for those who celebrate it. Very grateful and thankful that you guys are here and choosing to support and watch whatever it is that we end up doing. And I really hope that you guys have a blessed and peaceful day.
You too.